So I just want to show y'all how they do that without even giving you a fair shot of getting any understanding of what the Most High is saying.
Behold, there were twins in her womb. Now we know they were not identical, right? How do we know they weren't identical? How do we know? It would be two separate nations. All right. Two manner of people would be separated. Yes.
And two manner of people shall be separated at thy bow. So they'll say, oh, well, it's two manner of people, so it's got to be a white man and a black man, when there were really no white people over there in the land of Israel back then. Doesn't make any sense, right? And the one people shall be stronger than the other. And they say, see, we dominate all the sports and everything. They only saying that because we in this captivity. What about the Israelites that are still in Africa? I'm doing it again for those that wish to learn. So let's get a precept about that word manner. Do a song and a dance. So let's get a precept. 2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 19. And the Most High said, who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one spake, saying, after this manner, and another saying, after that manner. So two spirits came up and said that they would basically get the job done. One spirit said they would do it this way, and another said they would do it that way. Two manner, two different ways of doing things. That's what that verse is saying there when it says two manner of people. Okay, it's mannerism. It's a way of doing something. Foolish doctrine. But let's go into the book of Josephus to see what he has to say on that. So again, we're going here back in the book of Josephus, okay, to get some further information on this Esau and Jacob. All right, let's see what he has to say concerning Esau and Jacob and them being twins, right? So Jacob obeyed his mother according to all her instructions. Now, when the supper was got ready, he took a goat skin and put it about his arm, that by reason of its hairy roughness he might by his father be believed to be Esau, right? For they being twins, and in all things else alike, differed only in this thing. You see that? For they being twins, they were twins. They still look alike. Okay? They were twins. And in all things else alike. They were alike. They had the same woolly Negro hair, the same Negro nose, the same Negroid complexion. They differed only in this thing. The so-called white man doesn't belong over there in that hot climate. This is why they get cancer and all these things. You can look that up. They get cancer over there. Why? Because they don't belong over there. As one moves from colder to warmer climate, right, they will find an increase in the outer covering melanin in native races within a warmer blooded species. So y'all saying basically Esau has no melanin, so he doesn't belong over there. This predicts dark colored outer covering in tropical and subtropical animals. In connection also with this book, Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary, so it's going to be saying that basically the same thing here, and then we'll jump right back about this Indo-European people that y'all basically saying is Esau, like they belong over there. Okay, Zondervan Illustrated Bible Dictionary, real quick. Just want to bring this. Make the connection here in Arabia, because this is where Esau is from. A dictionary.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha HaQuadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to the other elders, you brethren, you fellow believers of this truth. Shalom to you, few sisters. Shalom to the elect. So anyway, I want you to take a close look at all these books. Right? These wannabe scholars, for whatever reason, just G-dash the prophet. He went and bought all these books just to prove that Esau wasn't the white man. Who would go through all their trouble just to come against doctrine just for that one particular genre, so to speak, to say, well, you know, I did all the reading and look what I found. And then when you look at these different books, yeah, I checked a lot of them out. This Zondervan is the one we use right there on the top. Then there's different variations of Josephus, and then he went into the Zondervan Illustrated Bible Dictionary, written by J.D. Douglas. I had a picture of him a while back. I did a video on him and they took it down. Some white man, right? Merle C. Teeney and Moses Silver. I have that picture. Let me see if I can find that picture right here. Moses Silver. I have that picture. That's who that is. So this is this man, what is Ecclesiastes 12? Let me get that real quick. This man has gone above and beyond and out of his wits just to make a point or try to prove it. When we know this is spiritual, it don't take much for us to see it. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. Y'all know where I'm going. That's in the know. We read this a lot, right? Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. It says, and further, my son, by these, my son, be admonished, the making of many books. There is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. I'm not saying it's not okay to have a lot of books, but you got to make sure the books are authentic. You know, every time a translation come down from a different book, it's something else added, and then something else. One thing I want to touch on is Genesis 25. Right. First, let's go to 2 Corinthians 2 and 17. This is this guy. For we are not many which corrupt the word of God, right? But as in sincerity, but as to God, in the sight of God, speak of Yahushua, right? The NLT. You see, we are not like many hucksters who preach for the personal profit. And, you know, when you go back, you got a lot of these preachers who do that, who change doctrines to fit their narrative. You got a lot of break-off Israelite groups who's doing this, and they're setting up their platforms, and they're using the truth. You know, every time there's a new break-off, they have to come with something new, right, to captivate the minds of the people, to bring them to them. And that's what these guys did. These are all hucksters. What a huckster, this is why the scripture says sound doctrine, which sound doctrine means without error or mixture. What a huckster is, for example, if you buy a bottle of Lysol liquid, and you take that bottle of Lysol liquid, dump half of it out, pour water in there and fill it up, you still have a full bottle, and because it's strong, people may not know the difference, but it's not going to be as effective. Now that half you dumped out, right, you're going to dump that into another bottle and fill that up with water. Now you're getting two for the price of one. And what hucksters do is they'll dump stuff out like hustlers in the street with drugs. They'll buy it, they'll break it down, cut it up, reshelf it, and put it back out in the streets. And this is what these guys are doing. They've managed to take the truth, take a lot of the truth out, water it in with some more books, right? I mean, if the regular Zondervan was fine, why the hell did they have to rewrite it? You going to tell me it wasn't plain and clear enough for people to understand what it said? And then those books of Josephus that this guy has, there's different variations of the book of Josephus. That book is called The World of Josephus. You got different variations of books. And then he goes on, it was the illustration book, the other Zondervan Bible, and they all pretty much by Edomites. You can't make this stuff up, right? So let's go on to my first point. When he talked about the manner of people, right? When it said manner, it had nothing to do with their two different attributes or how they looked, right? So we see And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 manner of people. That's what this is talking about. This is the Old English writing. They always do that to make the force. They didn't even have to say 2 manner of people, but this is how it was written. Basically, it's just 2 nations are in their womb. And they shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Right? So we're going down here where it says 2 nations with an S are in thy womb, and manner of people. Now this is, you'll hear what this is.
Strong's H 3816. Laom.
2 manner of people. Let me see what it says. H 3816. Laom. It means a people nation. So this is exactly what I just said. 2 manner of nations are in thy womb. From an unused root meaning to gather, community, nation, people. Right? This is what it says. Nation, people. Here it says Arabian tribe, Genesis, supposed to be the same as the of Ptolemy. Right? So we saw that 2 manner of people. Now we're going to go, because when you look at Abraham had Isaac and Ishmael, right? And then out of Isaac you had Jacob and Esau. They really want Esau to be Arabs, right? So we go here to Genesis. Let me go back. Let me go here. Genesis 18 and 25. And this will say the word manner in this verse. It doesn't say manner of people in this context, right? 8:16:97. It doesn't say manner of people.
Strong's H 1697.
Dabar, right? And it says speech, word, speaking. Speech, saying, utterance. Word, words. You see how one word can mean different things, and that's why you have to go back to the original word? He literally just mangled the word manner, and not understanding that manner comes in different definitions. They have different meanings, right? So anyway, it was definitely 2 manner of people. There's a lot I couldn't cover because it'll take the video too long. But in a summary, a long story short, he was saying because when Rebecca tricked Isaac, they had to have the same skin or whatever. Something like that. I don't remember, but he said something of that nature. But I'm going to read a little bit here. It says the use of animal skin is to disguise Jacob as Esau, was linked to the fact that Esau was a hunter and his lifestyle associated with animal hides and the smell of the outdoors. Right, Esau is definitely a hunter. This is why he so much enjoyed hunting us in them hills, right, and the valleys, and bringing us over here to slavery. He enjoys it. He still enjoys it. He still loves it. This is why Trump is hunting down the Mexicans and the northern tribe and shipping them back out. Their life can't be the same unless they have some kind of hunting going on, right? If you watch that movie Surviving the Game with Ice-T, they would take homeless people and make a hunting sport out of it, right? Like the Purge, they did that. They would take the poor people and make a hunting sport out of it. It even ties in when you look at sports, right? They enjoy this stuff, going out scouting and getting people to be, and then spending money to get them to be in good entertainment. They love this stuff, you know. Not that we don't like entertainment as well. Anyway, Esau lifestyle, the Bible describes Esau as a skillful hunter and a man of the field. So in it was still righteous, but the Lord even still used a woman, Rebecca, to supplant Isaac. You see what I'm saying? So even in the right-hand side, the Lord still used a woman to supplant Jake. You know what I'm saying? Isaac. And that's the point. And the skin on Isaac would have been different. It had nothing to do with his hair. I just did a video yesterday on that. Let me go on and read more. The disguise of Rebekah, knowing Isaac's preference for Esau and a hunting lifestyle, used animal skins to make Jacob's hands and his neck feel hairy, like Esau, right? Who described as having a hairy body. And he did not have a hairy body. And that's where they go off at, right? It was because he was a hunter. And Isaac, he couldn't see, right? So he had to see that this young boy was a hunter. It ain't had nothing about feeling his body. Yeah, his body was hairy because of what he wore. So Jacob put that on, to trick Isaac, right? That he was hairy. Esau's body technically wasn't hairy. I just did the video on that yesterday. Right? That's why it says like a hairy garment. Even in the commentators, they said it was called red down. Red down is a recessive regression in the skin. And that's why he was red. And his skin couldn't have felt that good, may have been more rough in texture. You know what I'm saying? No melanin. Yeah, probably had rough texture in the skin. Anyway, these guys will do it. I really wanted to do this video to show that these guys will do anything, even buy tons of books off Amazon to try to fit a narrative, right? They would do it all to save Esau, man. And then we go back to the history of the Romans. It says here, you had Antipater, you had the Edomites in Rome. You can read a book called The Edomites of Rome, right? Vespasian would be considered what we might call Caucasian. Through it, important to understand that there's a proper historical context. So what they try to do is they try to separate Caucasians from Edomites. There's no separation. And this guy literally said that they wouldn't have no business over there. What he's saying is the Edomites was black. So he said they wouldn't do well over there, so to speak. This is why they had Petra, right? And the reason why they went up to the mountains, one of the reasons, as I read, I can't be 100% sure, is to get away from the mosquitoes, things that, your melanin protect you against, the smell of insects. When you got melanin, it protects you from the smell of insects. The insects, the smell of you, like your blood. Blood has iron in it. Blood has a significant smell if anybody had a nosebleed. The insects and animals can smell that. So they went up into the mountains, right? And they went up to the caves, right? And ducked out from the heat, the sun. This makes sense. And read the book of Obadiah. It tells you everything. They set their nests amongst the stars. There's so much information on how to link Caucasian with Edomites. Right? Who else is it? The Arabs is not running the world. They're not leading the steed. They don't have the eagle like Petra. Right? And so I believe some other nations do. I'm not going to say they don't. But your top head nations, they run it all. It wouldn't be right if I didn't get it in the book of Obadiah, because I did go into it yesterday. These people bringing damnable heresies. He went through all this trouble. What all these authentic books to prove Esau was black. Okay. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. As I mentioned yesterday, they got a satellite called GOD, Global Orbiting Device, really essential for the MOTB, Mark. If these came to thee, and robbers by night, how then art thou cut off? Will they have not stolen till they not had enough? This is your hunters. If the grape gatherers came to thee, will they not leave some grapes? How are the things that Esau searched out? Are his hidden things sawed up? Right? And you can read all of this. All the men of the Confederacy have brought even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. How many treaties have Esau kept? I'll wait. He's still breaking them. You know, when you see these wars and stuff, that's Esau. He's a hunter. Ezekiel 2 and 3, 4, 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Again, who is this? We don't see the Arabs doing that. We see Esau doing this. Not that Esau's not amongst them. That's all I have on that. Shalom.